Welcome back to another episode of the On Tap podcast. You got me, Cody, my short-peckered friend Sam, and our good friend Mitch. Just kidding. It's T-Cav joining us in the studio again today after a long hiatus.
It's been a long break.
It has been a long break. T-Cav is a plumber now. His
I'm a
ass crack
plumber.
is out right now at this moment. Can confirm.
It's part of the license. You got to have a plumber. Plumber crack.
Is that when you're getting your
No, it's
license,
when you apply. You have to have a good plumber.
turn
crack.
around.
Yeah, it's part of the interview.
Your pants are too tall, and take off that belt. All right, you're good.
It's pretty much it.
Now
That's
go
how I
fix
got the
some
job.
sinks.
Gotta
I
have
think
good
we're going to
ass
need
crack.
you to gain 50 pounds. You're a little skinny.
All right, so boys, today's episode is going to be all of just one big therapy session, I think. We're going to discuss what problems are in our life right now, and then we're just right now at the round table at this corner table, we're going to work through the problems with each other and solve the world's issues right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think there's no better way to work out your personal problems than with your boys live on camera. And I've got a couple things I've been trying to work out. And sometimes, like, with Cody being an old man, it's nice to get some of that wisdom, like
Sage
Gandalf.
wisdom.
You know, a little professor, if I may say. Cody's he's got the knowledge, and I'm here for it.
Little Professor Oak.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck that is.
Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, it is Pokemon. Sorry, I only know Harry Potter. But yeah, boys, you know, one thing, my biggest problem that I've been really racking my brain on is I've been really working hard on saving my money. Like, I'm in a position where I'm trying to level up, get to the next point in my life. And obviously the biggest problem that's stopping me is money. And so I've been staying home on weekends, being a bum, trying to cook more meals, smoke less weed. And it's working. I've been saving the dough. It's been great. You know, I don't work full time in the summer, or in the winter. And
I was going to say, damn. Dude's part-time
Don't work
year-round.
full time anyway.
Be a little teacher schedule. But yeah, dude, I don't work year round, so like I've been in this process or this pattern over the last few years of working, saving all summer, getting to winter, getting back down to damn near nothing, restarting again. And so I wanted to really break the trend this winter. Well, as I has been doing well with this, my buddy, shout out Carter, he's getting married. The boy's getting married. It's one of the first main friend group homies to get married.
That's true. It is.
And we're going to have a bachelor party for him, which we're all excited. I've never even been to a bachelor party. Well, he hits me up and he says, fuck it. We're not going to do anything around here. We're going to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas for a bachelor party. And I was kind of devastated by it in a way of like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I've been saving all this money to then go to fucking Vegas. I'm trying to buy a house.
Because you're going to blow it. You're going to blow it.
Now I have this pressure of going to Vegas for his bachelor party. But like, it's going to take a lot of money to make this happen. It's his bachelor party, so we want it to be special, go a little balls
So
out.
this Vegas trip is your motivation to get money.
No, this Vegas trip is the thing
This is the problem.
So
you're
to
saying.
get to the problem is I'm in a tough spot where I've been sacrificing weekend after weekend, not going out, not buying. Like, I want a snowmobile really bad. Well, I want a fucking house a lot more than I want a snowmobile, so I ain't
I'm in the
getting
same
a
position.
snowmobile.
I get that.
Really?
And
when would you ride a snowmobile, though?
Dude, I was ready to buy a snowmobile today. And then I just got the bills thing in my head. Like, I have to get a house. And I had to keep saying to myself, I have to get a house to not go buy the snowmobile.
So we can relate. And
Yeah.
dumb question, dude.
That's a dumb
I would
question.
I would ride a snowmobile every day if I could. What the fuck are you
No,
talking
you
about?
would not.
You obviously don't have a sled.
You have a winter
Yeah,
like we had last
You
winter.
obviously aren't about sled life, but
Okay. It's a jet ski for wintertime. That's
That's
what it is.
you're
Jet
right. Have
skis
you
are
ridden a
fucking
jet ski?
awesome.
Have you ridden a jet ski?
Yes, 2 times, and that's super fun for those 2 times. And then it's another payment. It's another chunk
I bet
of
if
money
you rode it
sitting
3
there.
times, it would be just as fun for 3 times, too.
I don't know. It's different snowmobiling. I will say that because more people have them, and it's fun to like get up, go bar hopping on the snowmobiles.
Go fishing with it.
I would not go fish. Oh,
And
like
you-
on the go ice fishing. You're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah,
so
but you don't got to take them.
I
They're
wouldn't do the
easier.
sled route.
They're easier than a jet ski. You don't have to take it to a lake and all that. You can just get on it and just ride it anywhere.
Yeah, but I guess it's different for me now.
Yeah.
Especially now having kids. You can. I mean, they're not old enough.
There's
I
the
can't
old man
bring them
coming
on the snowmobile.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no convenience aspect to it. It is fun.
You
Don't
could
get me
take them
wrong.
on
It
the
is fun.
snowmobile.
But I don't think you get your money's worth out of it.
Dude,
I
you
think
ever-
dollar for dollar, you're way better off buying a side by side.
Dude, a side-by-side's a car.
That's what I'm saying. You can drive it everywhere year round.
Yeah, but it's like the same price as a car.
No.
I
You
mean-
look at some used ones on Marketplace right now, dude. It is tanking.
Yeah, but they're fucked, dude. You see what people
Yeah.
do with side by sides?
No.
There's side by sides are the type of thing you buy, beat the fuck out of when it's about to blow up, you sell it, and then you go get a new one.
Exactly.
Everybody knows.
You know how
that.
many times I've driven a side-by-side not wide open? Never. How many times?
You're just a skilled driver.
How many times have you taken a side-by-side out just for a little jaunt and not done
When I
anything
owned one all the
reckless?
time, because I'd go
Bullshit.
drive it to Walmart. I'd go drive.
And
drive
you're
it
telling
to
me
work.
when you went to Walmart, you didn't rap on it at least one time?
Oh
on
yeah,
the way-
definitely.
Exactly.
But
That's
not
what I mean.
enough for it to fuck the next guy that bought it.
You don't know that it could.
You're telling me that there wasn't a couple things in your head like.
After a couple
Oh,
beers.
Oh no, I beat the shit out of it for
I
sure.
hope- but-
I beat the shit out of it.
But I'm saying there had to be a couple things in the back of your head. Would you have sold it to your best friend?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Well, the difference is I bought mine brand new. It only had like 1,200 miles on it when I sold it.
Because
So
that's
it's had a lot of life left in it and warranty. So whoever's getting it was like, it's not that big of a risk.
Dude, you know how many buddies I have that have been like, oh, yeah, I'm selling my truck or my side-by-side, whatever it is. And then a friend asks them, like, how much? I might buy it. And they're like, I wouldn't sell it to you, dude.
Yeah. Well, that was like when I sold that Yukon. I had 330,000 miles on that
Yeah.
thing. I had a bunch of friends hit me up because I posted on Marketplace for $1,500, fully expecting to get like $1,000, you know? So I had a bunch of friends hit me up. Hey, saw you got this thing for sale. My little brother's looking for this, or you know, I'm looking for a commuter, whatever. And I'm like, no. Do not buy this. I want this to go to someone I don't know.
You're going to have to eat shit on $1,500.
I was very transparent with everyone, regardless if I knew them or not, that it was a piece of shit too. Like I told them, hey, this is what it is. It's got 330,000
It could
miles
break
on
tomorrow.
It literally
Oh.
could last another 10 years or it could last 10 minutes.
Dude,
You bought it.
I've been in those tough positions before where like I had a 6.0 gasser that I was trying to sell because I found the car I wanted, got pre-approved for the loan, and I was going to use this truck for my down payment. And so I was trying to sell it quick. I had it on Marketplace, and my dad's like, hey, the neighbor really wants your truck. And dude, this truck was fucked. Like if you were driving in 2-wheel drive, it would make this terrible sound. I would drive everywhere in 4-wheel, which is worse for it, just so I didn't have to listen to that sound. Like it was fucked, and I knew it. None of the windows worked. Like I think the front passenger side worked, and I was like, it was a big moment where I was like, do I really want to sell it to the neighbor?
Yeah, he can just walk
Or
over here.
do
No,
I-
You're gonna get him knocking on your door in 3 days.
Dude,
Yeah,
I sell it to the neighbor, take the $2,500 that I got for it, and then I'm sitting there stressing, dude. I'm like, fucking, this thing's fucked. 2 weeks later, rear end goes out on it. I'm like, holy fuck, dude, I dodged a bullet. He never said shit to me besides that. I was like, how's the truck? He's like, not good. Rear end just went out.
Okay, back to the problem. Your
Okay.
problem is you need to save money. So this trip to Las Vegas is going to be a big issue
So-
for you because you think you're going to spend way too much money.
It's not even like the saving money is a huge part of it, but another part of why I'm hesitant to spend money on a trip like this is because of all the time I've already given up to save this money. Like all the fun nights I passed on just so I didn't have a $140 bar tab. And you know, Vegas is not my calling. I don't like to gamble. It actually, I hate losing money more than I enjoy winning it. And I just like
That's a good point.
when you put all the expenses together, it would kill me to put all this time and effort in to just blow it at a place I'm not even that excited to go to.
Right.
But it's also my buddy since kindergarten's
Well,
bachelor party.
the nice thing about Vegas is literally whatever you want to do, they have it. Like
Sure.
you name it, you can do it. And The only downside is you have to pay for it. Everything costs money, and Vegas is not cheap.
Yep.
It's cheap to go to, but while you're there is not cheap. Flights are always dirt cheap. Hotels are very reasonable. And almost always you'll get invited back for free. But if you sign up for whatever player's card of whatever casino you're staying at. But everything there is expensive. I remember the first time I was ever in Vegas on my 21st birthday, I go up to this bar and they had these like tall plastic cups.
Yeah.
And it was like a Jack and Coke, smoothie or something. I was like, hell yeah, I'll take 2 of those. I had someone with me. Bought them. And then they slide me the bill. And it was like $68.
Yeah,
and I remember
dude.
being like, I only got 2. And they're like, this is for 2. I was like,
$34 for one?
Oh shit.
Dude,
But you get to keep the
no
cup.
shame.
Oh, yeah.
That was their big big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the D right on Fremont too.
Well, and that's you are exactly what they are looking for the guy to be like, that looks cool. I want that.
And then not tell you anything until you get in the bill, you know?
Oh, yeah, man.
I don't think there was a price up.
I can get 2 ready for you right now, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your problem is just you don't have enough money.
My problem is I don't have enough money, and the money I have, I'm not comfortable blowing it in fucking Vegas. It's like I could buy a house.
You don't have to. Just walk around with everyone. It'll be great entertainment
Dude, that's
to
so
just walk
gay.
around. No, it's not.
It
It really isn't in Vegas. It is. There's so much going on all the time.
But like all your buddies want to play blackjack, and you have to stand there and watch them play blackjack.
Here's the problem. Anyways, finding an open table anywhere if it's busy, like you get 1 or 2 people to sit down. You're standing anyways.
Sam, why don't you just give yourself a limit? Just $1,000. Just say $1,000. You just bring $1,000 cash with, and that's what you do.
But that's the problem. How much am I already in for the flights, the hotel? Dude, it starts fucking.
Well, only if
adding
you
up.
had a way to calculate that.
I don't have a money guy, dude.
Pull out the calculator app on
Simple
your phone
addition.
and type it in.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to spend any fucking money.
So it sounds like the only solution to this problem is making more money.
Or not go to Vegas.
Well, so that's
You have to go, though.
I guess to really break it down, which you just answered, is do I have to make this work as a buddy? Like, if I skip out on this bachelor party, I'm a part of the wedding. I'm a groomsman in this wedding.
You have to go. You have to.
So,
Yeah.
I guess you're saying
you have
like
to go.
You do have to go.
no matter what, I just have to suck it up and be there.
Correct.
But while I'm there, I can budget myself as well as possible.
I just say give yourself, whether you feel comfortable with $500 cash, $1,000 cash, $2,000 cash, just whatever. Just bring that dollar amount with, and as soon as your cash is gone, that's it. But I do understand after a few drinks, definitely is hard to
Dave
not
Ramsey
hit
over
the
here
ATM.
is trying to get you to put your money into stocks and bonds instead of
let's talk
spending
about
it in a
XRP.
casino.
Let's talk about XRP instead.
I think honestly, are you staying at Airbnb or a hotel?
So we haven't worked it out that far.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I'd say hotel.
Okay. So hotel is nice because it's convenient. You're always going to be within walking distance of everything. Now, the upside to the Airbnb is it'll be probably a little bit cheaper, splitting it between people, and you can pregame. You can keep food and drinks at the crib, which is huge. Now, the only downside, a lot of places you're going to have to Uber if you don't want to pay for an expensive Airbnb. So that's something to consider. But the trick is pregame when you can in your hotel room, in your Airbnb, whatever. Make sure you got at least a couple beers, a couple bottles, whatever you need in there. And before you're going out, make sure you hit a couple of those. Nice part about Vegas is marijuana is legal. You can go to a dispensary and you could have a pretty good time for the entire trip for a lot cheaper than it would be to be drinking on those things that you get from the dispensary.
Or you're forgetting this very valuable point. You could win.
That's true.
Put it
dude.
all
You're
on
forgetting
black.
that. So
That's very true. It could change
it could change so fast.
Dude, I could make enough to buy the house I want and have the trip of my life.
Exactly. You got to think about
true.
it in the positive way. What if you went there with your $1,000 that you allowed yourself to have? You put it all on red. You got $2,000 off the line. You got
and
a 50-50
then you put it all
chance.
on red again, $4,000, and then you put it all on black, $8,000.
All right.
And then you put it all on black again. Boom, $16,000. There you go.
That's a
That's good
down
seed
payment
money.
on a fucking
but
townhouse.
That's good seed
dude.
money. And then you take it to Binion's on Fremont Street, go straight to the Dean Martin slot machine. You hit that ain't that a kick in the head bonus off of a $5.62 spin. That might be shit. Depending on how the wilds come across the screen, we're talking potentially 30 grand.
I did
All of a
also
sudden you're in the positive.
hear a rumor, and I don't know it to be true, but is prostitution legal in Vegas?
No, but it is outside of Vegas. Right in Vegas, it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just got.
But you can definitely do
So
it.
you're
There's
saying-
cards all over the ground when you're there, and you can pick them up, and there's literally a naked chick on there. You call the number, and they'll go to your hotel room.
So like, if I wanted to get one for a friend, it would be that easy to find them.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
That's good to know.
But it is not legal.
Because I have friends that would totally be interested in a prostitute that would this information would fucking be invaluable to them.
Oh, I mean, even if I didn't tell you, you would know the second you got there. There's literally guys all over the place handing out these cards, but they can't like haggle you, you know, they can't mention it. They're just like sitting there slapping these
Now,
cards.
Do you happen to know the punishment if you do get caught? Alyssa?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't. No.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
I've only known one person to ever call any of these cards.
Yeah, or
to be
you could
honest with
just spend that $1,000 on a hooker.
Dude, that would make it an awesome trip.
But I'd say the wisest thing to do is if you went there with $1,000 cash and you went to the roulette table, take half of it, take $500, put it on whatever color you think it is, and then if you lose it, just spare the $500 for the rest of the trip. If you win it,
But here's the thing, bro. I need you to understand that if I lost a $20 hand at Hinkley,
Dude,
I would
that.
be devastated.
I know. I understand
I
that.
can't handle losing money. If I fucking put $500 on red and lost, I might as well sit in the Airbnb the rest of the goddamn trip. I'm done, dude. That would kill me.
that's weakness mentality.
You know how
dude.
many sorry ass rides I've had home from the Hinkley Casino? Over $60.
I get it.
Dude, it's
I get it.
Like, it is so I can handle watching people gamble. Like, if a couple buddies are like, yeah, let's go to the casino, I'm more down just for the atmosphere and the drinks.
Yeah.
I'll watch gambling for a night, but I don't know if I could do it.
If I go to the casino and I lose, $100+ I feel the same way you do. Like I'm mad at myself for the rest of the fucking night till I go to bed. But if I lose $60, $70 or whatever, it's a Friday night or whatever, I would just consider it as what would a night have costed me if I were to go do something that wasn't the casino?
Spoken like a true gambling
yeah,
addict.
say I went to the cities with my friends, we hit a bar, went to Can Wonderland, bought drinks there, whatever. I know that night is going to cost me $100. So if I lose $60 at the casino, in my mind it's like, well, it's Friday night. No matter what, I'm going to spend $60 period.
It's like 4 a.m.
So-
he's sweating, rips off the covers. All right, I'm going back down there.
But you're going to spend it anyways, is my point. You're there to have fun. You're there for a bachelor party. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And I've also never been, so like,
And you've never
what
been.
a better time to go.
It's a
Gotta go
vacation.
experience
It's
it.
a vacation. You have to experience it.
You gotta.
Oh my god, dude! I'm so glad. Like, this was a real life problem, and I feel so much better about it now, dude. Because I was fully like, "Fuck that, I ain't going." And then,
Money coming, money going ain't like you can take it with.
Scared money don't make money.
dude, and that's some true shit. That like, so my dad, this is where it comes from. My dad missed 2 family vacations in my childhood because my mom scheduled it for during work season. He's a seasonal worker. He was like, "Fuck that, I'm not missing a whole week of work for vacation. That's fucking pussy shit." And so I now, like, I can feel that shit ingrained in me. It's like, fuck, miss work for fun? Are you kidding me? But, like, I was just talking to my dad because my dad is just a few years away from retirement. My mom's right behind him. And she's starting to, like, talk about all these big trips. And he's like, fucking, I don't know if I want to do this. And I'm like, why? You've been working your entire life to get to this moment where you can do
This is the point.
whatever you want.
This is the point.
And
Yeah.
luckily, my dad, being blue collar, he got switched into a management, less, labor intensive job. So his body's still pretty good. He still has 10 good years of being able to do whatever he wants, at least. And he's like sitting there like fucking sorry ass about it. Maybe I should take a fucking lesson from myself. It's
Right.
like, Like, how often am I going to get the opportunity to go to Vegas with some of my best friends for my buddy from kindergarten's bachelor party?
That's a good point.
You have to go, regardless.
This is what you also realize. There's not a lot of these opportunities going to be left. Everyone's going to start having kids. Everyone's going to start getting busy. People are going to move.
Dude, we're already busy. How often, like Sam, me and you used to hang out all the time. It was like an every weekend scenario. Like, not me and you directly correlated, but it was like there was a party and we knew we were going to see each other at it, right? How often do we have that now? In the last year or two, how often do me and you just like know we're going to bump into each other at a party?
Hey, we got this thing called the cell phone. You guys can keep in touch whenever you want.
True.
The phone works both ways.
But
also.
there's not...
say that.
It doesn't work like... You're not out doing things at our age now all the time. It's not an every weekend scenario.
Right. Yeah, you got responsibility.
Yeah, you have bills to pay. You have responsibilities. You might have to work a weekend or something. It's not like we're 17 and we know we're going to see each other at a party the next weekend.
I think, the more that we talk about this, the more I'm all in on you just go there and blow as much money as you can.
No, dude, I can't. That would kill me. But I do. It all comes down to discipline and self-control. If I can hold my ground and come up with a number that I'm comfortable with, fuck it.
Are you gonna get a tattoo while you're there?
Fuck no, dude. I'm not a tattoo guy. I really get buyer's remorse when I buy even something over $100. Like I'm very wishy-washy on decisions when it comes to myself. There's no way I could commit to something forever. Like, dude, I've thought about it. Maybe like a memorial tattoo that really means something to me. That's it. There's no, like, Will has like Bean Boy. He's got a Playboy bunny on his thigh. Like,
that was really popular, 15 years ago.
Yeah, and it's really gonna be cool when he's 65. It's gonna be badass. His upside down pineapple, dude. That shit is gonna rock in the nursing home one day, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say much. I have my wife's name on my ass, so like,
dude,
if we ever split up, I'll just keep adding to the list, I guess.
You just gotta cross it out, move on, baby. That should be. You ever get divorced? Hopefully it doesn't happen. That should be the first thing on your agenda, dude. Just straight X. Don't even black it out. Don't try to cover it up.
You got to change it into something
I'll
funny.
just put, because it just says Taylor in like a typewriter font, I'll just put was here.
Or
maybe cross it out, put your son's names. Like, just so you can remember that.
Perfect spot.
Is a bitch.
Perfect spot.
I do have to quick piss before we go into Sam's next problem.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I will be right back.
Oh, God, T-Cav. It's good to have you back, man. It's good to have you back. All of our guests are leaving us nowadays to go piss mid-episode. We lose them.
It's fucking bullshit,
it is.
dude. I'm
trying
trying
to
to
think.
piss all day.
I've been trying to think of a good problem that would, be worth working out here with both of you guys. I'm gonna have to wait till T-Cav is back, but
Well, you were telling me when you pee, it stings like a motherfucker.
it's actually funny that you say that. Okay, so I recently actually went to the doctor because this is a thing that I've been having to be, but it's like in my stomach, not like, not in my unit.
So when you take a piss, you get a weird like pain in your stomach.
Yeah, like my bladder hurts.
Dude,
it's like it's like in my belly. And when I went to I just did a bad job of explaining it to the doctor, whoever I worked with, because it was obviously my wife works at the same clinic that I went to.
Yeah.
And so this lady who was my doctor, she goes, I gotta ask, is there any new sexual partners? And I was like, no. This is like, no, I'm explaining this bad.
And she
this
knows
is not
your wife works there, right?
Yeah. So it was a really awkward, like you could tell she was avoiding the question. I'm like, no. This is not like I caught something kind of thing. I think like this is something wrong inside of me. And yeah, so basically I ended up doing a urine test and a blood test, and they found absolutely nothing. I think I just found out I was drinking too much water.
Really?
Because like in the morning, I'll have a gallon down by like 10 a.m.
No way.
And then I'm pissing for every 20 minutes for the whole rest of the day. But that's why. I think my shit was getting stretched out, and then it would go.
You were just water drunk.
Probably. My bladder would hurt so bad. And that was the pain that I was going through.
Oh, dude, that would scare me.
And they just had no idea. Whatever. They didn't find anything. Everything comes back completely normal. Like, we don't know what to do. I was like, well, me either. And then I just stopped drinking as much water, and it went away.
Dude, okay, I don't mean.
So I just worked out this problem myself, I guess.
This brought me into a weird tangent, because obviously you're fine, but I was just listening to a podcast where this comedian Francis Ellis, I'm a big fan of him. He's smaller, and he was talking about how he got diagnosed with cancer. He went in for a checkup, and the doctor called him, and they were like, "Hey, we need you to call our office immediately. We've got some news for you." He calls in. They need him to come into the office. They tell him he has cancer, and he's like, "Holy fuck!" He works for Barstool. He was in the middle of Barstool Idol, where they like hire people. They have to compete, and then whoever survives gets hired. And he was in the middle of this, so he goes back into the office, and they tell him they were like, "Where the fuck were you, dude?" He's like, "I'm sorry, I just got back from the doctor, and they literally told me I have cancer." And everyone was like, "What the fuck? This is in the middle of Barstool Idol." A week later, he gets a call from the doctor's assistant, and she calls him, and she's like, "Hey, we have great news. We actually mismatched your test results. You are perfectly fine."
Oh my God.
So he had to go back and say he didn't have cancer.
He literally had no cancer. The lady it was actually a woman, because that's when they realized, like, oh, we fucked up, because they found it was a woman's cells that were in the test, not a man's. And he's like thinking, like, holy fuck, this lady was told she's perfectly fine. He got the best call he could have ever gotten.
Oh, shit.
She's getting the worst call. And then he had to go tell everybody now that he already won it, dude.
Oh, he was hired.
He won
Okay,
Barstool Idol on the premise of that he had cancer. He then had to tell,
God.
Barstool fans are ruthless, dude. He then had to tell them that he does not have cancer, and immediately it switched to Francis lied about cancer to win Barstool Idol. Dude.
No.
Dude, imagine that, though. Like, he shows, he's gone from work, from the office or whatever. He shows back up, and some snarky guy in the office is like, "Where have you been? Skipping work?" And he's just like, "I have cancer." Like,
dude,
the amount of
I'm so glad
guilt
you said
you would
that.
feel after that.
I missed this part in the story, and I decided it would have fucked the flow up if I stopped. But literally, one of the main part of the stories is KFC Radio they were interviewing everybody personally that was on the show. It was a segment in their radio show, and he was late, and they were looking all over for him. And KFC is like, "Dude, what the fuck? Get in here!" They throw him right into the interview, and they're like, "Where were you?" On the show live, and he's like, "Sorry, I was at the doctor," and he's like, "Oh, don't tell me you got fucking cancer."
Oh,
I swear to God, dude. And he's like, "Well, yeah, actually, that's exactly what they told me." So it's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is,
Jesus.
hopefully you don't get a call in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got the test results right.
It's been longer than 2 weeks. This was like November.
Oh, thank God.
So we're good. I think. I don't know.
hopefully.
I got all my test results back, and they're looking good. We're all right. We'll be all right. Hopefully it stops hurting when I pee in my stomach.
So, Sam, what's your next
It's
issue
not a
you're
STD.
dealing with at hand?
Well, since it became the Sam's fucking problem show, one thing that has been irking my brain, and I really, as two guys that are just in beautiful relationships that I look up to, especially Cody.
Not only beautiful relationships, but beautiful themselves.
Yeah.
Fit.
Very beautiful women.
Handsome.
Absolutely. I mean, the men, they hold their ground too. I think you guys batted right in the park. I think
Right in the
they
league.
are just as lucky as you are. And, I feel that there are people that aren't looking to have a significant other at all times, but, everyone deep down, they're looking for love. And if you say different, you're lying or you're ugly. And I've been racking my brain because, there's a part of me I'd love to have a significant other, but also it's like I do whatever the fuck I want every day and nobody tells me different. If my buddies called me and they wanted to go to Vegas tomorrow, I could, without having to run it through anyone. I don't have a family. I don't have, and there's a lot of different reasons, like getting yelled at or having them ruin your night, embarrassing you in front of your friends. There's all these sorts of reasons. You talk to your buddies, they're like, "God, I fucking hate my girlfriend." So I want to talk to you two that are in loving relationships And I just want you to convince me that it would be a good idea to have a significant other.
Yeah, okay, so this goes back to the saving money thing. If you want to do that, I would say don't get into a relationship. It's definitely not a cheap ordeal.
You can have double income.
Yeah.
To get a house.
You can.
That can make it easier.
Well, you can be what they call a DINK, dual income, no kids.
That would be lit.
That is
You'd easily
awesome.
make over 100,000 combined a year.
Because I'm looking for low self-esteem. I'm looking for...
There is an issue with that.
For a sugar mama.
If you don't want the yelling at you and getting mad at you for no reason, the low self-esteem part is not where you want to go.
Yeah, but I want them to thrive for my love and acceptance. I want them to want me to accept them.
Yeah, there's two kinds. You can either have the low self-esteem one or you can have a good one. And the low self-esteem one wants your acceptance, but you will have a lot more annoying of a relationship than if you get a normal one.
That's true. And one thing I've picked up on is you don't want the no friend loser because that adds a whole...
There's a reason why.
Where it's like too clingy.
Where they like literally have no friends.
Yeah.
It's typically a pretty attractive girl.
Right.
No fucking friends.
There's a reason why.
There's a big part of that, though. I think like social dynamics are a lot different for women than it is for men. You know, like,
correct.
Men have a beef, we'll squash it in person right now, right?
Yeah,
right here.
We were just talking about this. Yeah.
But you know, girls, they'll leave it for months, years, and then they'll stop talking to each other, and then it'll be like this hatred thing,
and they'll die. And they'll die on that hill. They will never say anything to each other first.
That bitch.
And it will just grow worse and worse.
It'll start with just not replying to the group message, and then all of a sudden it'll go to a different group, and then all of a sudden it'll be that group has one person that's not replying,
and then it'll be an unfriended,
and then another group, and then it'll just be we don't talk anymore,
mm-hmm.
and then it'll be something that happens, and they're just looking for reasons to hate each other.
Well, Sam, I will say on the girl part, you are only seeing the guy part of it.
Yep.
You know, there's two sides to every story, no matter what, right? You're only seeing your boy's side of the story.
Good point.
You're never seeing the girl's side of the story. You're never seeing when that guy gets home from work and his girlfriend has a lovely meal made for him. You're not seeing any of that. You're only seeing him saying, fucking bitch wouldn't let me go out tonight. That's the only part of it you're seeing.
Good point. Yeah, because that's the position you're in. You're the single buddy that
everyone
has the life that they want. So they're unloading this on you because you are the envy.
100%. In my dumb brain, when I was a young man, I would have assumed that the reason they went through this bullshit was because of the consistent pussy. But
I mean, that's a part of it.
But
not
you start
all of
talking to some of your buddies that are now in the long term, especially if there's a kid. They're like, dude, I haven't been laid in fucking 3 months. I don't even know what pussy feels like anymore. And then it's like, it makes me wonder even more, like, so what's the end goal in this? And I realize, that's just something that happens. It happens to everybody,
right.
But it's like,
so you want to be convinced that you should put your name into the dating pool.
Because, dude, honestly, like, I don't do anything. I don't try. I don't even have a dating profile on any app. I don't reach out.
Yeah.
Because I am fucking denial is like my biggest fear in the entire world. Like, I would rather die than put myself out there and get denied, dude. Because I think on shit for a long time and it will eat me. And I just,
Do you, well, I guess let me ask this. Do you ever want to have kids? Like, do you see yourself being a father at some point?
Dude, so that, honestly, I think it's selfish because that's really the only thing that has me even thinking about it.
Okay.
Because, like, I know that I'm still really young and I have a good 10 years that I have where I could have a kid and still not be the old dad.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the age where it's like, it's fucking coming up close.
Looking.
Like, I remember thinking that my parents were old as fuck when they had me. They were 29. It's getting there.
Not that
dude.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are right. I think, well, because my parents were both 20 when I was born. And so for me, it was always, my parents were the young parents.
Yep.
But I did have a buddy whose dad was like 65 when he was born. And so by the time we were like, 15 years old, like he was an old man.
Grandpa dad.
Yeah.
He was an old man. Like he couldn't do shit. He wasn't running around with us. He wasn't playing
And I'm
catch,
sure that kid
nothing.
was a little shit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because dude, I've seen.
Definitely.
That's what my uncle is like. He is the product of a grandpa dad. Like my grandpa got remarried, had my uncle when he was in his mid-40s. Well, he didn't, he could do whatever the fuck he wanted to. Grandpa was worried about taking his pain meds. He could barely walk to the other side of the house.
That's so sad too. But as a guy, you can really have kids at any age. As a woman, it's considered high risk, I think, after like 35 or 33, something like that. Like they got such a shorter window of when they can reproduce. They go through a hell of a lot different process than what we do, though. Their body changes, everything changes.
And to bring it back to like the kids, that's another pressure. Is a lot of my friends either have kids or have like their significant other is pregnant right now, and it's like, fuck, I missed the first wave. So now I'm thinking like they're all probably gonna have a second. I gotta hit the second wave.
Yeah, no, I get that. I feel that
because dude, I have friends that my dad is from Siren, Wisconsin, about 40 minutes from us. I have 6 friends from there that were my dad's best buddies' kids that I would kill someone for. Like I'm a product of like
growing
up a bunch of homies
being
being like, let's have kids and have them hang out. Like I lived that, and so I want that more than anything for my kids.
It'll just naturally happen like that, though. I mean, regardless if it's not your friends that you have kids with at the same time, you'll meet people.
Yeah,
it's like all my buddies with older kids now that are in like hockey and whatnot, like all those guys are hanging out with the other hockey dads.
Yeah, that is true because my dad
they just got new homies that are the same.
When I started playing hockey, he inherited a whole new friend group, and a lot of them still are there today. Yeah. So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, it'll just naturally come that way. So I wouldn't be worried too much about that, honestly. But yeah, I mean, if you want to have kids, obviously you gotta, have a gal around.
You gotta have a decent gal around too.
You gotta.
I could adopt.
Now the trick is vetting her long enough to figure out if that's the right one. I think you jump head over heels into the dating pool, figure out the one before you're locked in, and then you're like, oh, I'm just too old now. Like I just have to settle down with this one.
You got to start trying, because if you start trying, you know what you want, and you figure out, and you find red flags in women that, is a big no-no.
Yeah.
But the only way to know that is to try.
Tell you what, you want to try it out. We'll life swap for about 2 weeks.
Like, fuck yeah, I'm all in.
I'll go live with Scrat. You come and stay at the house. Take care of the kids. Pay the bills.
Do I have to sleep in the spare bedroom, or do I get to take old daddy's spot?
You can take the bed. That's your wife. That's your wife for 2 weeks.
I feel like,
all right.
I get
fucking awesome.
I get like that you were talking about like the women nagging, and not letting you go out and all that. And that is, something that we all go through as guys with our women, but it is kind of yin and yang. You do have to have a significant other, I think. It helps you make yourself feel more complete. Like if you have a peaceful girlfriend or a peaceful wife, whatever the case may be, when you go home and you have a girl that you can vent to, that has dinner ready, and she'll just listen to you bitch about work or how shitty your day was, and they just take it, and being able to talk to someone like that and then go to bed with them and you have that every single day.
Yeah.
It's like a best friend, They'll never be one of the boys, but it's like a best friend that you always have. That you get to have sex with. That
hey, if you just shift your perspective, you can already do that. I'm sure you can find one of the homies that's willing to let you hit.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to switch your idea around.
Scrap my flip.
No, Scrap's been hard to get, dude.
He's been trying for years.
I've been pitching it to him. I'm like, dude, we live together. We might as well adopt a child.
Listen, you got health insurance. I don't. Let's get married.
Let's Chuck and Larry.
Dude, that, if they raise a kid, it would beat fucking Ricky out Trailer Park Boys. If they raise a kid, that's exactly how
wearing
we turn out to be.
flame button-up shirts.
Dude, if I turn 30 without a kid, I'm going to adopt one, and it's just going to be me and the homie.
Yeah.
He'll probably be a Chinese boy or something.
Yeah.
Get him smart.
That would actually be sweet. You skip kind of like the first, because the worst part of having a kid, or I should say the worst part, the hardest part is like the first 8 weeks. They're just up 24/7. If you could skip that and just roll right into the young enough where all they know is you, but old enough where you skip that hard part, I think that's kind of the sweet spot as a parent who just wants a kid.
No, that's fair.
And it's not like you're getting 2-month-old babies, adopted, unless that's already pre-lined up.
Yeah, if it was like a get them right at the hospital, or
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind just picking up a 5-year-old one day.
Go, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
What's up, brother? You want to get in?
That would
Be my son?
You could just spawn a kid in at 5 years old.
I'll just drive around the neighborhood,
stuff.
first kid biking that looks cool. Hey, you want to
Get
chill
in my
forever?
truck.
You want a new dad?
Is your dad an asshole? I bet he is. Get in. Come on.
I got candy and weed in here.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to buy a van, and I think that's going to be my new plan.
Dude, that would be cool to adopt like a 16-year-old and get high with them and shit.
Oh my God. Just ruin their life.
Well,
They've
no,
already
if they're-
been through the foster care system, and now you're just going to smoke weed with them.
Well, I can assume
I think
if
that's
they're-
exact opposite
If
what they
they're
need.
16 in the foster care program, they definitely smoke weed.
Yeah, they
I'm not
for sure
gonna
smoke
get him
weed.
involved. Like if he smokes
Oh
weed, I'll
my
be
God.
like, yeah, let's fucking get hot, dude.
This video is going to be used as proof at the hearing for your adoption. That's like, okay, yeah,
I just
he's
want to
out.
pick up a 16-year-old kid and get high with him.
He's out. Yeah,
Probably
he's
gets
out.
drunk. Be sick.
So what are your thoughts? Do you think you've been persuaded? You think you're going to start
No, I
dating?
don't think he's been persuaded.
Dude, honestly, it's funny because I go back and forth where like obviously I don't have too much of a problem putting myself out there in general. Look at what we're doing right now. This is literally like a look at me, laugh.
Yeah, right.
But putting myself out there in a dating atmosphere, dude, like it's fucking scary to me. Like dude, because here's where my mind goes. My mind goes to making a Tinder profile, thinking of someone screenshotting it, sending it to their friends, being like,
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
so fucking gay. Because I've had other girls send me my friends.
You're like, oh my
Tinder
God, look who
profiles.
I
You were
saw.
that guy calling him gay,
And
too.
then like, what the fuck? That's so cringy.
Yeah, it is definitely.
It
I
doesn't
think
have to be
that's,
Tinder, but you have to try. You have to
but-
start somewhere.
Here's the problem nowadays. Where are you meeting girls if not online?
Dude, and it's
You
actually
are not.
the last girl that I talked to pretty consistently. Tyler and I at work had a very similar conversation to this. He got me on Tinder and I met a girl immediately. And then I just never went on it again.
Yeah.
So I know it fucking works. It's just about getting that hype up.
Yeah, you're right. Now, but here's the problem. If you don't go the internet route, you're limited to, you don't go to church, bars.
Church, dude.
That's the thing, though. That's honest to God why a lot of young people go to church to like find other people that are
The only
like
girl that I would meet at church is a girl that's trying to fix me, dude. I would never run.
Well,
there's-
dude, there's other places like, I mean, fucking go skiing.
Fuck.
Go to
but even
Troll
then,
Hog and
there's
meet a
not
girl.
much of a social environment.
Give a stripper all my money and hope she falls in love with me.
That's honestly not a bad idea.
I
You
seriously-
double up on the Vegas trip, we got both of these problems knocked out.
Hey, baby, you want to move back to Minnesota? I got
my
spare room for you.
This girl that I know that I went to high school with, actually, you know her too. She was in Las Vegas and met a homeless guy. They took him to the bars, and they're just like, this guy's cool as fuck. Hey, you want to come live in Minnesota? Sure. They drove back with this homeless guy in her truck.
That's insane.
He comes back to Minnesota, and it's like a couple months goes by, and they're like, hey, what's your plan?
Is that the dude that lives right behind us out in the streets? Is this the same?
No.
Oh my god.
They're like, hey, what are you gonna do? You're like not doing anything, and he's like, yeah, nothing really.
Just
And they're
gonna
like,
chill.
Okay. He's like, all right, well, I'm going back to Vegas. Like, okay. So he goes back to Vegas.
Being able to chill full time would be kind of sick.
Yeah, honestly, it would kind of, but I'd get way too bored. I don't know if I could.
But I think that's just a mentality thing that you have. Like if you could accept,
I could change it.
if you could accept the fact that you're just gonna chill for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
and that's like the hippie wave.
Yeah.
Like look at the hippies; they didn't have any money and they were happy and they were chill. Like they say, money doesn't buy happiness, you know.
but it
And
does help.
It does help. I just had this conversation today with my coworker Reed. It doesn't buy happiness directly, but it sure does make it a hell of a lot easier if you don't have to worry about anything.
Mhm.
Now, if you're homeless and you accept the fact that you don't have to worry about bills, then it's just endless chill time.
Yeah, it really is. Honestly, I think it really just is like, what's your version of chill, you know? What's your version
Not
of
doing
relaxing?
shit. That's chill.
But
Smoking a little
you
Fetty.
You have to deal with the idea that you can't get anything else. You know, you have to be perfectly comfortable with what you have in front of you, which I think is, you know, a lot of people's issues, including myself. That's what drives me. I want this thing, or I want this lifestyle.
You just can't want that. You have to be happy within yourself.
You got to let go of it.
You have to pull a hippie. You have to be happy within yourself, and that's all that matters.
Damn, that's deep. Yeah, okay.
Like, look at those. They lived in a fucking Volkswagen van, and they were the happiest people ever.
Good point. Now, here's the problem. Again, we go back to the whole kid thing. It'd be a lot harder to do.
You can't do that.
It'd be a lot harder to.
You're already out.
Chill all the time.
You have no more chill time.
No. I've never accepted that.
That also,
and I'd rather not chill. To be honest.
That also helps as a motivation.
You
know, if you want to be lazy, you have no choice.
It sure does. The bills got to get paid, because it's one thing if I'm a little cold, but like the kids can't be cold.
Like, that's where, you know, if I didn't have anything to worry about and I had no bills, I would be a lazy piece of shit. I'd be chilling all the time. But I do have to pay for things, so I can't chill. Now, if you have a kid, you have a fucking life to take care of, so you really can't chill anymore.
No.
It's a motivation driver. Sam, that's why you should get a girlfriend and have a kid. It'll help you make more money because you'll have motivation.
There you go, dude. Now we're taking it full circle. We're knocking out all of the problems at the same time.
Yeah, it handles your money problem and the girl problem. If you have a kid, get with a girl, have a kid. It gives you motivation because now you have no choice to be a loser. You have to do shit. You can't just chill.
You're trying to buy a house also. 2 incomes makes it way easier to buy a house.
Yeah, if they have another income. What if they're a fucking loser?
Well, then don't date them.
Then if you have a kid with them,
you could pick out that they don't have a job before you have to be committed in the relationship.
Okay,
and if you don't, that's your fault.
Then you didn't vet very well.
Okay, here's a good question for you, Sam. If you could have the perfect girl that would let you go out with the boys, give you sex whenever you want, breakfast made, dinner made, everything is perfect in the house, but they make $0 income.
Honestly, that's a pretty easy trade-off if you think
Would you
about
do
it.
that? But you have to cover the mortgage. You have to cover all of the bills. But everything else is easy. House is clean.
Sure. You know, absolutely. That's one thing. Like me and my buddies will talk about the stay-at-home wife and just the concept.
It's the
of
dream,
it.
in my opinion.
Well, again, you add kids to the mix, it changes things pretty drastically because daycare is expensive. So from a certain standpoint, you look at it like you're making exactly the same amount as what it costs us in daycare. So why don't you just not work if you don't want to? So that's a little bit different. I will say that.
Well, it's just tough too because you know what? If I had a stay-at-home wife that with the kids that watched the kids, kept the house nice, I wouldn't even like dinners, whatever, did some laundry, like did something to take care of the home. It'd be fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. But if I had a stay-at-home wife that just fucking truly stayed at home and did nothing, that would kill me, dude. I couldn't handle it. So it's like there's the yin and the yang of it.
You want like that?
If I had your mom, I would fucking love it. Like, and I'm not taking no shots. I'm just saying, like,
respectfully,
dude. Even when you were a 20-something-year-old man, you would go home after work, and your mom would have a delicious dinner ready for your family.
Never missed.
Like every time I've ever been in your house, it's fucking beautifully clean. Like that is the situation I could live with. But if they're just staying at home and not doing shit, then it's like,
for sure.
You know,
you have to have one or the other. It's either you make money and we both have to pick up on things around the house, or you make no money, but I want all this done. Because
that's one thing, you know, if we're going to get on Mitch talk, that's one thing that bothers me. Like, fucking A, dude, I dug this hole. I might as well keep going. That's one thing that bothers me is, like, I do think that I came in from a family where there wasn't a lot of, like, traditional values of, like, my dad did help with the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry, and that was completely normal. And so I don't live with those standards. But if you are a stay-at-home wife, it's not that it's like I would expect them to do that.
No,
That's just part of your job. Yeah. It's not like you're a woman now because you're staying at home. You have to do the laundry and have dinner ready for me. But it's like, if you're just going to do fucking nothing, then what's the point of doing this? You know,
You're exactly right. That's my opinion on like women is if you have a girlfriend and they want to work and they want to help make money, I will have no problem with doing half the things around the house. I will have no problem with helping doing the laundry, cooking dinner some nights. I will have no problem with it. But if you don't want to do anything, the house has to be clean. My life has to be easier.
And let's not call it nothing.
I get what you're saying, but it sounds very abrasive.
It sounds very Andrew Tate, but it's true. If you want to stay home and you don't want to work, that's the requirement. You have to do those things.
You have to pitch in somehow.
You have to pitch in somehow. It's not about saying, oh, women should fucking make dinner and stay at home. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're not going to work, you have to pitch in that way.
Is it this chair that's racist and sexist?
It just comes in through your
Mitch
body.
gets replaced, and we got Mitch number 2 now. No, I'm just kidding. I think you're right. I think it's all down to contribution, and like, you know, as long as there's a perceived equal contribution on both sides, that's going to be different to every single person.
Yeah.
For me personally, like, I lucked out. Like, Taylor is such a clean freak. Like, she would clean if she was home 24/7 or if she's not home all the time. Like, she obviously works full time too. So but all she does is clean. Vacuums the house like every other day. Like, keeps the place spotless. It looks like we're ready to sell our place at any time because she keeps it so clean. But on the flip side of that, now she also expects me to put in work like that at home.
Sure.
And if I'm working 24/7, that to me is not an equal contribution.
See, so we're on the same page. Don't call me sexist. Because, listen, if Taylor had a busy work week and the house wasn't clean 2 nights of the week and dinner wasn't made, you would brush it off because you know she's busy. She's doing shit, right?
Yeah.
But if she didn't have a job and she was at home all the time and you came home 2 days a week and everything was fucked and there was no food, you'd be like, all right, you know. You're not doing nothing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm more of a scavenger anyways. You know, I'll
more of a midnight
ramen.
refrigerator.
I can live on pretty modest rations if I need to.
Meal prep 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, our unspoken rule that we have between Taylor and I is that as long as the kids have good food, like, we can kind of just figure it out. Now, she actually, within the last couple of years, has started cooking. She never used to when we first started dating. I would do all the cooking, which is fine with me. I love cooking.
Me too.
So this was like, now it's like, I would say a 50-50 split, you know, between I'm making pork chops and steaks on the grill or she's making spaghetti inside or whatever, you know. So it's a pretty even contribution when it comes to that.
Keep that bitch in the kitchen, baby. I like it. I'm going to do the man shit on the
never
grill,
work
bitch.
With the grill. She would never work with the grill, which I'm fine with. That's my sanctuary.
Oh, that's scary
my
for a woman. I don't blame
it's
you
therapeutic.
at all. I wouldn't trust him around the barbecue either. But I feel like there's also like a hotness scale too, because like if I had Cody's wife, I would put up with anything. I would hire a maid to make it work, dude. I don't give a fuck.
It's like driving a fancy car, you know. It's gonna have all the issues, but you get the
you
get the brand with it.
You get to show her around, bring her around for your friends to see.
Hey, it's got 120,000 miles on it, but it's a Mercedes.
You know?
But it's got a V12.
It breaks down at least once every 2 days.
There's a lot of similarities here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so with that, you know, any woman looking for me, fucking hit my line, dude. If you
we've been talking about this for years, and I know it's been done so many times by now, but let's do a dating show.
Let's do a dating show. Let's do it like a 10.
Sam on the podium.
Like a 10 versus 1 or something.
Yeah.
That's like literally putting me in like one of... I can't even imagine it.
Well, you have the perfect cop-out. You get 10 of these women. You get to get as close, ask as intimate questions as you want because it'll be good content. But then also, if none of them truly work out, you can say, oh, it was just for the video. But if one does, you're like, all right, you're in.
You have a good cop-out.
You have a great cop-out.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
No, dude, this is a great opportunity.
But that's not
Sign this contract.
Genuine love.
How do you know? You
gotta
ask the right questions.
That's
do
fair.
you have a job?
What if you met that same girl, you know, somewhere else? You would consider it real if it wasn't a dating show?
Well, I'm in a position where I'm just looking for one woman to even be slightly interested. You think we're gonna find a pool of 10 that are just dying to be my significant other?
No, but I think we'll find a pool of 10 that are dying to be on any camera.
Yeah.
And
And
we
then
pick
maybe
from
I
there.
can rizz them up. I like it, dude. I'm in.
You hooked them with the personality, and then you set the hook, or you reeled it in with the charm
In your wiener.
and your wiener.
Yeah. No, that's foolproof plan. I'm all about
All
it.
right, we'll get this cracking. Ladies, if we know that you're listening, call Sam. Hit us up. Shoot us a DM to get on the dating show. No weirdos. And you have to have a job. What are your requirements, actually?
Sure.
As
Yeah,
long as
we
we're
should go
listing it
through
out,
all the
what would the application look
Yeah.
like?
That's a good question. So
Obviously, have to have a job. We've talked about that.
No.
That's
not a necessary. If I would be willing, well, student gets a little dicey now. I was gonna say I'd be willing to date a student, but they'd have to be like a senior in college.
Oh,
How about like a Mankato girl?
I'm in, dude. Whores are welcome. I want to fix you.
That won't work, Sam. That won't work.
Age range.
I like them a little older. I would say 20.
Now, hold on. Let's rewind that. You're going to offend them by calling them older, so we don't use that verbiage. Maybe this is the age that I like.
I like them to be past Epstein Island age.
Okay, that's fair.
So 15?
Like 18 plus, 19 plus.
No, 21 plus. I
21
would want
plus.
bar age for
Okay.
sure.
We need to be able to go to a nice steakhouse and get a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 21 to
40.
Oh, okay. I was going to say 30, but okay. You opened it up quite a bit. 21 to 40.
We need a big range.
Height.
Height doesn't matter
As long as they're shorter?
it's under 5'9".
Okay, under 5'9". Ethnicity.
Open to all.
Okay.
Except for
This is going to be a touchy subject, and people probably won't want to admit this. Weight.
Um,
Body type?
I'm really open with that. That's not something honestly, bigger is better to a certain fucking point.
Okay.
I'm not in,
Dude,
if they're too
this
skinny.
pool is wide open. The filters are wide open. We're showing 1,000 results right now on the search page. What else? What
Religion?
Oh, that's it, huh?
They can't be too religious. But
Okay.
I'm probably not a Muslim. They pray
Okay.
too much.
That's a good point. 7 times a day or whatever.
That would freak me out.
Hair color. This is a make or break for some
anything
people.
natural. Anything natural color. It doesn't have to be their natural color, but just a standard tone.
No
So you're
purple
telling
hair?
me I was gonna say no purple, no blue, pink.
Those are the obvious no's, but like even like a too much of a red, fake red, or
Really?
like a blonde that like is more of like a platinum blonde.
Dude, platinum blonde. Okay.
A natural platinum blonde
This is all
is
preference.
unreal to me. But if they are a full dyed, I'm not in.
Dude, platinum blonde is a free 3 points on any girl.
Really?
In my
Added to
opinion.
their
Correct. If a
Wow.
girl is a 5 and she's platinum blonde, she's an 8.
wow,
That's my opinion.
wow.
Platinum blonde is
That's a temporary thing, though.
well. Just,
Here's the thing. You can change anything appearance wise. Man, woman does not matter. You're big. You want to be skinny. You can do that. You can
That's
go
true.
into the body shop. You want to have a skinny face. You want to have a different muscle structure. You can do all this. You want to have different hair color. You can do that. I think you focus more on character, more on traits.
Okay. Well, girls that think they're funny are gone.
Why?
Keyword think. If they're actually funny, they're in.
Okay, that's
if they
fine.
think, anytime I've ever heard a girl talk about how they're funny, it just is.
have
the
you
biggest ick I
have
can
you
imagine.
ever met a funny girl?
A couple. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna Mitch myself around and say I've never met a funny girl in
No,
my
it's
life.
rare.
Because they're there. Don't get me wrong.
It's rare, he says.
It
no,
is.
it's rare.
It's a diamond in the rough.
I've met two. I've met two like funny girls. Like girls will make a funny joke, sure, but like
Yeah.
a girl that like you're actually like laughing like nonstop consistently
Yo,
because they're
Where
funny.
they're like
Wow.
legit.
Like
you would
two.
consider them a
Two.
funny person.
Yeah.
Like because I'm not gonna sit here and say a girl can't be funny. I'm just saying you're not a funny fucking
Yeah.
person. And so girls that think they're funny, gonzo.
No, and the girls that are actually funny don't think they're funny.
Okay, that's fair. Hardworking.
Yeah.
She has to have motivation, has to have drive.
For sure.
Competitiveness. Do you want someone who's competitive or no?
No, because I'm extremely competitive. I think I need a little bit of yang on that one.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, that's a big deal. So Katie is very competitive, and you can't play any game with her.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I need someone
Does
that
it
will
ruin the
let
night?
me win.
It ruins everything. We'll just be playing. We'll go to the gym on a Saturday night, play some volleyball. I'm getting fucking.
He's bump set spiking.
I'm getting 70-mile-an-hour fucking serves set to me. Like, and it's not. It's won't even give me a point. It's not even fun. Any game we play, if it's a kid's game, it's.
Have you guys ever
I'm gonna
played?
kick your ass.
It's
at
this.
Have you guys ever played Monopoly together? Because that's a good relationship ruiner.
He
right
said
there.
that like it was like a war that he went to.
We have, and it's almost like to the point where you don't even want to clout it when you win because you can tell they're a little.
Or, dude, I can't
Yeah.
imagine playing with your significant other and you're about to bankrupt them because they just fell on your property and they can't pay it.
No,
Yeah.
I did that with Katie, and she would like land on my property, and I'd be like, I'd see she has like $100 left, and the rent would be like, or the payment would be like $700, and I'd be like, you can just give me 50. You can just give me 50.
Dude, when I was a kid, we'd play Monopoly as a family, and we never got through a full game ever because people would be doing side deals under the table and it'd blow up the whole game. People would be trading property, sliding money off to the side. It was like they were like my family would treat this like real business, and I hated it. And so it would always end up with one of us just leaving the table because like 2 or 3 of us would team up on the other one. And
Hey, we
it
need
would
to
just
get
ruin
Sky
the
out of
game.
here, dude.
It would just ruin the game.
Yeah, it does get ruthless.
Yeah, the competitiveness.
So back to the application for dating.
Competitive, probably. I
Mild.
would prefer not.
Mild, because if you're motivated, you have some level
Sure.
of competitiveness in you, right?
A little spitfire in them.
Yeah, right. So maybe not a diehard, I have to win everything.
Sure.
You're okay with losing every once in a while. Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think? You think we got a good pool of gals to select from? I think we opened up a massive pool. You have a pretty vague understanding of who you want to be with, I
I'm
think.
pretty desperate.
Don't say that. Cut that.
Yeah,
Edit that.
bleep that out.
I mean, if you have a pulse, just hit my line for the love of God.
Okay, you've been convinced. All right. I think, well, what do you think? Do we wrap this thing up and end it there? If there's any girls out there that want to compete in this dating show for Sam's love,
No,
hit
we
the DM.
have to. We have
If
to.
you want to be honored with my personal love, hit our line.
All right. We'll see you in the DMs.